Once upon a time, in a vast desert, there lived a camel known for its gentle nature and the honesty. This camel roamed freely, helping the travelers and the other desert animals whenever he could. One day, while wandering near the edge of a small oasis, he stumbled upon a small chest buried under the sand. The chest was shining under the sunlight, and inside, the camel could see precious coins and the beautiful ornaments. At first, the camel thought of keeping it for himself, imagining how he could use the treasure for comfort. But then, he remembered a teaching he had heard from the wise desert owl. Honesty is the key to Allah's blessings, and the returning others' rights brings true happiness. Visual cue: camel looking at the treasure, soft light reflecting off the chest, slow desert breeze. The camel thought deeply and he decided that keeping the treasure would be wrong. Instead, he began a journey to find the rightful owner. He walked patiently across the dunes, following the faint footprints left in the sand, guided by his honest heart. Along the way, he met other animals who admired his courage and the honesty. The desert fox, the rabbit, and even the wise owl joined him, curious about his mission. Together, they navigated the hot sun and the blowing sand, learning valuable lessons about teamwork, patience, and the importance of doing what is right. Visual cue: camel and the animal friends walking through desert dunes, sun slowly setting, shadows elongating. Hours passed, but the camel never wavered in his resolve. He understood that returning the treasure to its rightful owner was far more important than enjoying wealth temporarily. On the way, he remembered how Allah loves those who are honest, and how returning someone else's right is a noble deed that brings peace to the heart. He repeated a quiet prayer, asking Allah to guide him to the treasure as owner and to help him do good without seeking reward or recognition. Visual cue: camel stopping at a sand dune, looking toward a distant village, soft light from horizon. Finally, after a long journey, the camel reached a small village at the edge of the desert. The villagers were surprised to see a camel approaching alone, carrying a shining treasure. He gently nudged the chest toward the young boy who had lost it while traveling through the desert with his family. The boy's eyes widened with amazement, and he ran to his parents, shouting with joy and gratitude. The parents were deeply thankful and praised the camel for his honesty and the noble deed. The camel felt a deep sense of satisfaction, not from the praise he received, but from knowing he had done the right thing in the eyes of Allah. Visual cue: camel standing tall, village people celebrating from a distance, sunset glow. The news of the honest camel spread throughout the desert. Other animals and the travelers heard about his courage and the integrity, and they to begin practicing honesty and returning others' rights whenever possible. This simple act of honesty created a ripple effect across the desert community, reminding everyone that even the smallest deeds done sincerely for Allah's sake have a lasting impact. Visual cue: camel walking by into the desert, evening stars appearing, peaceful environment. As night fell, the camel rested near a quiet oasis, reflecting on his journey. He realized that honesty not only earns Allah's blessings but also strengthens the soul and the heart. True wealth, he understood, is not the treasure itself, but the peace, respect, and the happiness that come from doing what is right. The camel's story became a lesson for generations, that even a single act of honesty, no matter how small, can change lives, inspire others, and earn Allah's reward. Visual cue: calm desert night, moonlight reflecting on the camel and the oasis water, serene silence. This story teaches us that honesty is one of the most important values in Islam. Returning others' rights, being truthful, and making decisions guided by faith in Allah are actions that bring blessings and peace in both this world and the hereafter. Whenever we face choices, no matter how tempting it may be to act selfishly, we must remember the lesson of the honest camel. Our deeds should please Allah first, and his reward is greater than any worldly treasure. Visual cue: camel sleeping peacefully near the oasis, stars twinkling, soft desert sounds. May we all learn from the honest camel, practicing honesty in our lives, helping others, and always returning the rights of those around us. A small act done sincerely for Allah's sake can create big change, and this story reminds us that integrity is always the right path to follow. Visual cue: fade out with desert horizon, sunrise coming, peaceful music continues, faceless animation.